Physical abuse is very, very serious. Why? Because a lot of people have been killed in their marriages. They have died in their marriages because they didn't live a physically abusive marriage. That being said, I want you to know that whenever you are in a physically abusive marriage, the first thing you want to think about is safety. And this is what I do with my clients that ask me that question, or members of the church when I go to minister and they ask me this question, and I always ask them, do you feel that you are safe in this marriage? And if you say yes, I feel that I'm safe in this marriage, and then I ask you how, why, and usually there are examples and reasons why they know that they're not going to be hurt in a dangerous way. Okay, if that is your thoughts and you're sure that you're safe, then the first thing to do is not to run away from the marriage. But in some cases, they don't know that they are safe. They've been hurt, they've been hit. And so in that situation, I want you to know that the first thing you want to do is face safety first for yourself, for your kids. And you want to know if you're going to remove yourself from the space and then work from a safe place to restore your marriage. In some communities, some parts of the world, you can invite the cops and the husband will be removed from the space. And if it's the spouse and the wife that is abusive, physically and dangerously abusive, then the wife will be removed from the space. What is important is that you assess, you've been living with this person for years and you know them, you can assess and know if you are physically safe, if your life is in danger. If your life is in danger, then I encourage you to move out. In some cases, you know that your life is not in danger and you know that you are going to take time to work on things. Then in that case, you just get on track and start working on your marriage right away. This is the key. So first thing first, check your marriage. Make sure, check your safety. Make sure the safety is good. Now, if safety is all right, if you know that yes, my spouse is abusive, but I don't see them hurting me beyond just I don't see them hurting me in a way that my life is in danger. I know that I know what triggers, and I know that if I don't do certain things, they will be all right, things will be okay. Then the next step you want to do is go through the 3 steps that I've been sharing with you all week. So you want to start with getting your own emotions, your joy level up. It's always the first place to start. It's always the first place to start. I'm going to share with you again. I'm going to share with you the roadmap. The roadmap. Let's go into the roadmap. This level is always the first level to work on. Physical abuse in a marriage is a problem that's happening at friendship level. So this person, your spouse, the husband, in this case, it was a woman that asked the question. The husband is finding himself quite stressed and is not able to communicate properly. And so he's using his hands to try to force the spouse to respond or to react the way he thinks she should. So this at the top level, but you need to start fixing this. If you want to fix your marriage, you must start at the level that's foundational, which is your joy level. You need to take responsibility for your joy, take responsibility for the peace of mind that you have, and then move forward from there. So what you want to do, so if your spouse is say hitting you whenever the argument or the disputes escalates, and that's what I've seen in most cases. Now there are very specific cases that what all we need to do is tell you to run away from the space, and then we'll figure out what to do. But in most cases, and I want you to know that you shouldn't take what I'm saying just on YouTube and apply it to your life without getting a professional counsel for it. This is not to take the place of professional help or professional counsel. This is not to take the place of a lawyer or police officer or doctor. This is just to give a general idea to people who want to know an answer to this question. So what you need to do then is, once you know that you are safe, you need to begin to build your joy level. What you're trying to do is de-escalate the issue. You don't ever want your dispute to get to the point where there's physical abuse where you're hitting each other and or you're being hit. You don't want that shit. So you want to learn how to make sure that you don't get to that point. Now, I'm not blaming you for causing someone to hurt you. I'm saying to you that if you know that you can de-escalate issues so that it doesn't ever become violent, then you can learn how to do that and then work on your marriage so that you can have a great marriage. And many, I've seen people do that. I've worked with people who have managed to de-escalate the situations and then worked on their marriage to the point that there is no abuse, there's no hitting of each other, and hardly do you even have those explosive disputes anymore. Now, the reason why, because they work through the process. Joyful heart, massive love tank, and friendship. It's 3 steps that you must take. If you take those steps, if you begin to build up your joy level, you forgive, you release all the negative feelings you have for your spouse, for hitting you, for doing all sorts of things, and there's a lot of problem that happen when someone has been hit in a marriage. It's a very, very complex problem, and that's all that once it's released. And you also learn to remove yourself from your own negative behaviors. What you're going to be doing is that you're going to be calmer. And because you're calmer, the other person is not triggered, your husband is not triggered into the negative actions. And while you're learning to to also strengthen yourself from being triggered easily so that you say the wrong things or do the wrong things, he'll be calming down, and then you can then build friendship. And once you build friendship, nobody beats their friend, nobody fights with their friend. And so this is the process. Now, I can't tell you all of that in 5 minutes or 10 minutes. What I want to do is show you the process, the steps that need to be taken. First thing first, if there's safety issue, move away from the space. Never should we encourage 2 people to stay together when there's safety issue. Should separate them and then work on the marriage. 3 steps. Every marriage on this planet will need to go through these 3 steps if you're going to fix them. If you're ever going to fix a marriage, you must learn to follow these 3 steps.